According to IRS Form 990, the filings reveal disturbing financial irregularities, okay, with Jermaine Shermark. That's how he files it. He doesn't file it under Dr. Umar. It's Jermaine.
The rumors about Dr. Umar Johnson allegedly being arrested, all because he been scamming and scheming for the past 20 years.
Well, the FBI just came crashing down on Dr. Umar's empire after hitting him with a fresh round of federal charges that could lock him up for years. We're talking racketeering, tax evasion, and wire fraud. And get this, officials claim they've got receipts that trace straight back to the donations he collected in the name of building that school. Dr. Umar is spiraling because smooth talking his way out of this one isn't going to cut it. Now everybody's asking the same burning question. Is Dr. Umar a mastermind con man, or did somebody set him up?
Like, Dr. Umar is not a real person that anybody should be taking any advice from. I hope that we all understand that, but it seems like some folks are surprised.
Before diving into the details of these charges, we gotta talk about the exact moment Dr. Umar realized prison was on the horizon, and let me tell you, he did not handle it well. He hopped on Instagram Live and unleashed a whole rant about how the system is out to bring down an innocent black man just trying to uplift his people. In true Dr. Umar fashion, he was dramatic and emotional, painting himself as the victim, but this time it hit different. He looked genuinely shaken, almost like he'd just gone through something heavy, and his words didn't sound like his usual rehearsed speeches. He was venting about his accounts being frozen, which makes sense now, since those very accounts are at the heart of the fraud case that could keep him behind bars for decades.
Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my...
What fans didn't realize at that moment was that Dr. Umar recorded that video right after the feds ordered him to turn himself in. If you look closely, you can see the split second he understood his whole hustle was about to unravel. According to reports, Dr. Umar did end up surrendering, keeping it low-key because he knew dodging it would only make things worse. And his biggest fear? The world finally seeing him for what he really is. But here's where the drama really picks up. Just as Dr. Umar was scrambling to hide news of his arrest and those racketeering charges, Tasha K swooped in. And you know Tasha K never shows up empty-handed. In a new YouTube video, she broke down Dr. Umar's situation and started peeling back the layers on his so-called school. Here's why that's a bombshell. The FBI indictment specifically points to those missing donations as evidence in their case for fraud and racketeering. And Tasha wasn't just gossiping, she came with receipts, pulling out records and stats, claiming that Dr. Umar has been misappropriating the donated funds for his personal benefit. Furthermore, he has also declined to provide an account for all the donations to dodge taxes, which is why the federal government is pursuing him. Pay close attention as she breaks it all down because the numbers paint a harsh picture of what's really going on.
Now, according to IRS Form 990, the filings reveal disturbing financial irregularities, okay, with Jermaine Shermark. That's how he files it. He doesn't file it under Dr. Umar. It's Jermaine, okay? Now, the nonprofit shows assets of $634,436 as of 2024. This is what he's saying that he raised. This is what he reported. Okay, now you know he go begging inside of that car without a haircut every other day or on the side of the building in which he lives in, because they say his house is right there on a row house in Philadelphia somewhere. Okay, according to the IRS filings, this is inconsistent reporting of contributions. Okay, now while official filings show that only $321,408 in total contributions over the last 5 years, evidence suggests Johnson raised significantly more through other
For context, Dr. Umar has been chasing money to get this school off the ground for years now. It's not like he had savings stashed away and just needed a little extra push. Every dime poured into this project came straight from the community. And here's the shady part. Umar has never been clear about how much cash he's collected or exactly where it's gone. He just pops up online, preaching that black families should pull their kids out of public schools and instead invest in his vision. To many people, this whole crowdfunding campaign looked exactly like what it was, a hustle. Even the school's name is a red flag. Umar claims he's a descendant of Frederick Douglass, but he's never produced evidence, and the Douglass family has flat out refused to recognize him. Still, plenty of folks didn't see it that way and gave their hard-earned dollars to the dream. And yet, after all this time, the school still hasn't opened its doors. Every time an opening date rolls around, some unexpected issue pops up. Coincidence? Maybe, but prosecutors are pointing to this pattern as proof that Umar has been inventing excuses to cover up where the money really went in his federal fraud case. Back in June, he even claimed the school was vandalized, saying the library, cultural items, and school materials got damaged. But strangely enough, the building itself wasn't touched. Then he went online filming himself grilling a bunch of kids like they were suspects, and he posted that clip without even getting their parents' permission.
Pan-Africanism, brothers and sisters, I'm back again. While I was on the live, the children had snuck into the school, which means they knew the door was unlocked. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. For children to know that a door is opened, and I was only away from the school for 30 days. For children to know that the door was open, and I was only away from the school for 30 days. For children to know the door was open, and I was only away from the school for 30 days, I wonder when they broke in. I wonder when they broke in, because if the children already know the door was open.
Authorities couldn't piece together what really happened either, and the only so-called evidence that vandalism even took place is that short video clip. And honestly, that whole stunt doesn't seem nearly big enough to justify delaying the school's launch for over a year. The story just wasn't adding up, leaving the public full of questions, and one comment that went viral summed up how everybody was really feeling about this whole situation. Where's the proof of said damage, charge, vandalism? Were you insured? Why haven't you posted at least one image showing said vandalism? Or is the true vandalism of you in this whole project? Also, from someone that is well versed in the banking system, your current post about your accounts being frozen is horribly flawed. A few weeks later, the truth behind the so-called vandalism and the endless school delays finally came out. And when it did, Dr. Umar had no way to spin it, because it turned out this was exactly what sparked the investigation. What really surfaced was that Umar hadn't been paying the vacant property registration fees or even the utility bills. That meant the building was sitting on the edge of foreclosure for weeks. In fact, reports confirmed the property was scheduled to go up for auction on August 25th, 2025 if he kept ignoring those payments. So what did Umar do? He did what he always does. He went on the attack. He ranted that the fees were unfair, biased, and that the state was trying to force him to shut the school down. But according to Tasha K, this was just one more tactic to dodge accountability, and it was a clear sign the authorities weren't about to cut him any slack this time. An off-the-record report even claims Umar pulled in over $1.5 million in donations through GoFundMe and PayPal under the banner of charitable causes. Sure, he claimed the money was for uplifting the black community, but no one can say where it actually went or what those causes really accomplished. And whenever the criticism started heating up, he'd just drop another video crying foul about the system being out to get him while warning his followers not to fall for the so-called lies.